look elsewhere at some of the replays coming in. Team Falcons, though, this is back to live gameplay right now, and this is going to be them trying to work their way through the choke at the moment. You can see, as expected, approaching this zone, which is the other side of the map to their drop spot over at Sky West. They're going to have a huge advantage when it comes to armor in these fights. You can see Imperial How, he's got gold helmet, he's got gold bag, he's red Evo armor. I'm sure that Jim Burton and Zero aren't too far off of reds as well. So they are going to be a danger to anyone that they come across at the moment, and they will be more than willing to fight.
Worth noting that with the tournament as a whole, Team Falcons are currently leading the Esports World Cup as well. So this Team Falcons roster within Apex Legends has a little bit of pressure on their back, not only because the expectation is for them to win by the majority of the community, if not the majority of the talent team here, if not half of the world at this point, but as you are on the organization that is currently leading the entire tournament, you're also going to be hoping to find another W for your team.
18 squads still remaining in this lobby as we jump back over to see what Falcons are doing. And I mentioned how they've got to be careful of the team wrapping behind them at the moment. It looks like they are aware of that position. Knuckle cluster from Howard's going to go in just to slow down anyone thinking about peeking and prodding and really causing them a problem. And now we're going to see the exchange of the gold helmet as well, which is just going to allow Zero to get his ultimate back a little bit sooner on the Bangalore.
But now everyone's starting to join them. But now we get all the commotion happening on the west side here, Mark. You've got the likes of GK, FaZe, Rejectability, and Fennel all in the same spot.
This is everyone trying to lead Siphon. This was, I would say, the most comfortable position to play for the majority of the game. Everybody starts to stack up, but then we always talk about it. If everyone's stacked up and the zone pulls away, everybody has to leave. And if you are a team on the other side of all of this, it gives you an opportunity for kills. Speaking of which, it looks like Falcons are trying to create their own opportunities for kills here. They're all up onto red Evos. They're going up against DSG here. Never an easy fight, and it looks like Zero wants to take it. How's going to get that first knock onto enemy?
This could be a great position for Falcons, especially if they can take down the entirety of DSG here, because then they will own the northern side of this circle. Fennel, first team to go down on the western side. Now we've only got 12 squads. Make it 11, because Crazy Raccoon have also fallen, but Falcons really being aggressive have lost one here.
Can they clean this up? They should be able to, but the port is going to take Q0 away. Is he going to be able to survive, though? Where does that port end up? That's the real question here. Javert still on his back, but certainly still kicking for the moment. As Yanya tries to move in, Liquid will be eliminated in the meantime. And it looks like Falcons might be able to get a reset here. The smoke will go in, and DSG, that portal did get them back to some sort of safe ground. So Falcons, who had the advantage there for a second, well now, it looks like it might be a 2v2. Did they manage to get Jim back up?
Falcons are still alive, and I think I'm hearing Let's Go Falcons chants in the arena as well.
You certainly might be. DSG still as a 2, though, and they did manage to get Jim Burton back on his feet. So Falcons will be able to fight as a 3.
Team Falcons, the only squad that are at full 3, by the way, but they do not have a Pathfinder, so Disguise being on height, it could play a big factor in this endgame, as we will see another player eliminated from Eject. LG now are the team that survives this bridge battle, but only with one. It's 1 versus 2 versus 3. Falcons have the 3, and now it's a 2 versus 3. Disguise versus Falcons.
Well, this is fascinating, right? I mean, the one good thing here for Falcons fans is they might be able to use the Bangalore to force the team down from height. There is that ultimate coming in indeed. They maybe try and bait with that evac tower as well. Exhibit down once more as well, and even though this is the 3v2, you still have to get that first damage. If this turns into a 2v2, all of a sudden it becomes a bit dicey.
Well, Falcons full sending it, but now you see from Disguise, they notice it, and they jump, they try and get the behind action on them and said, let's get behind them, let's use this rope as well.
Jim Burton gets the kill onto Qzia though, designed for last alive, and Falcons will be a champions in game number 4. The super team putting a super performance here on World's Edge.
It's the home team as well, and the crowd love to see that. The expectations on the shoulder of these 3 gentlemen has been massive coming into this tournament.
Give themselves the best chance to survive.
And Pioneers are also in the area as well. So yeah, this is going to be a real scrap. They will be able to survive in this zone temporarily, so they're not going to be forced right here, right now to make a decision. But certainly as the zone closes in a little bit later, they will have to do something very quickly.
This is the other side, though. As you can see, it's going to be Falcons who try and maybe play for some kills, and they catch KCP off guard here. Omnu will go down, so the negative rotate into the zone was not what was expected, and now you're going to see what happens on the other side of it. It's Fennel, who essentially do the exact same thing to Imperial How and Zero. Jim Burton will go down, but they do manage to do enough damage to at least send them back. But it is a 2v3 situation for Falcons to try and overcome.
Yeah, it was Fennel that were holding down that position within Bunker that was safe away from the zone. As Falcons left it, We saw Fennel take advantage of it, and now Fennel are going to have a 3 versus 2 here, and they are getting aggressive.
They zip over, but this is how and Zero they've got to deal with, and they're not going to be able to. It's going to be a huge clutch coming in from Falcons, and even though Zero will fall, they should be able to reset here. But I tell you what, they've got to be quicker. They've got to get a move on. Makers still on the other side of this zone as well, and they're going to have to be careful of those health meds.
Well, Makers have just been able to push into the zone on the other side, and Pioneers have left, so Falcons are going to survive here. Will get the opportunity to reset, and there is no one on the other side now. Somehow, some way, Falcons are able to get it done.
Find a way to make it work, and now with Fennel dealt with, that was the team who was holding them out on this side. They now have a much clearer walk into zone.
Pioneers did rotate all the way round, as we could check on some replays of what happened here on the elsewhere on the side of the map, excuse me. But now we can look at Falcons and what happened for them previously.
The confidence!
This is live!
The confidence!
Pushing in!
Oh my goodness, Pioneers just got run over, and Falcons, one fight can turn things, one game can turn things, right? And Falcons, they just want to fight everyone now, why wouldn't you?
As there is a small lull across the map now, as all the teams that were weak get eliminated. Falcons on the north, they have Aurora and Makers and FaZe all around them. But most importantly, they are still alive here, and they are starting to catch up Team Liquid. Remember, Team Liquid were leading, but are still alive.
If you're wondering where the zone is ending, in the middle of nowhere is pretty much all I can give you. No buildings to play. It's going to be finding little head glitches, rocky formations, the undulations, the natural ones of the ground in front of you are going to be essentially what you're trying to use for your cover. And you're looking at the likes of your Bangalore's, right? Those smokes, how you use them, the teams that you focus the attention away from, they're going to be so valuable. And I think just a lot of eyes are going to be on the Bangalore players right now as to how they zone out different teams.
But it looks like they will join on the eastern side here. They're all going to move together.
Fascinating to see that we've got Team Liquid, Twisted Minds, and Team Falcons still in this game. And they are your top 3 currently as it stands. On board with Team Falcons, they found their way into the ditch here, but look at the Bangalore ultimate going down. The Rolling Thunder is causing them some problems. Zero has to take a few seconds to pop a battery. And this is what I mean about this end zone. Look at how exposed it is.
Well, Falcons wanted Kings Canyon, and they have got Kings Canyon, and I want to see why they wanted it. You can already see all on full red. They've already done damage within bunker, but can they make it count in this final zone?
So many knocks elsewhere. No teams going down fully, though, as you see Aurora trying to escape. Disguise will be eliminated. Twisted Minds will also fall as Makers. This is a big game for them. 16th place overall at the moment, but how that could change as Aurora will fall as well.
Makers were in last, so this has been the game that they needed. Maybe Kings Canyon was the key to getting back into this tournament. Luminosity will fall. 5 squads now remain. It's going to be FaZe, Falcons, Makers, GHS, and Team Liquid. But Falcons trying to catch up Team Liquid, and they are not far behind. And they hold this northern side, which does work out because there is a lot of map for them to work with here. This is going to be a very hilly terrain. There's going to be lots of ups and downs, a little bit of a head glitch available for certain squads.
It's interesting to see the Falcons are going to force their way into zone. FaZe have a lot of space on the western side of the zone at the moment, but they also have to progress forward to get in towards that zone. GHS Professional probably have the best spot when it comes to cover. Team Liquid are a long way out for now, and Makers are now trying to make their move onto GHS Professional. Team Liquid eliminated. We are into our final 3 teams. It's GHS, Team Falcons, and FaZe. Falcons looking to go back-to-back here as well.
Go back-to-back and maybe take first place at the halfway point of these 10 matches. It's big grenades, and they are cooking GHS Professional at the moment. It should be Falcons versus FaZe in this final fight because they are both looking towards GHS, but Falcons are taking a look over towards FaZe and saying, we recognize where you are, so if you can kind of step 1 foot wrong, we'll be peppering you.
Zero managed to get 1 knock with his frag grenade, but it will be reset, I'm pretty sure, for GHS. They will be able to get back up to a 4-3. And you can see the Falcons are very aware of the position that FaZe have, right? Because they have the elevation above them for now. So they're trying to focus the kills first, followed by then turning the attention to FaZe. They are expecting FaZe to be looking at the same thing that they are right now. They want to take care of GHS, and then, as you say, focus on each other.
Worth noting, GHS do have that crypto, the solar crypto we mentioned, and could have an EMP to really impact how this final circle goes, but they're trying to move out now, and they're running towards FaZe.
FaZe, though, they're not letting them run towards them. They're putting a huge amount of damage in. Nags will get 1. Zero gets 1 on the side of Falcons, so the kills are being shared out, but while the attention is being pulled away, Falcons tried to make that move, but what a Bangalore that is. Coming in from FaZe, they force Falcons just to slow that push down as GHS Professional will be eliminated.
It's Falcons versus FaZe. It's North America versus EMEA. And it is a matchup, a mouth-watering 3v3 to finish off this match 5 here on Kings Canyon.
Well, here comes everything from Falcons as well. All the utility going in. You're going to see the Rolling Thunder coming in from Zero. You're going to see the grenades going in from Hal as well. And it's about who can get that first knock. At the moment, it looks like FaZe are kind of trapped behind a couple of these rocks. And now the swing is coming in. Falcons will get one, but Zero, he has gone down as well.
Tied 2-2, but oh my, shred from Imperial Hal. And now it should be theirs. It's just a matter of cleaning up.
Now it's just about cleaning up, like you say, and it will be back to back for Falcons.
And the crowd erupts once more for the home team of Team Falcons, the team that is leading the Esports World Cup, and the team that is looking to try and take Apex Legends and slot that key into the totem.
Which is further and further back to Eternal Gardens. This one is it's kind of thrown the teams around a little bit. It's not been a particularly consistent zone in the direction that it has pulled from one ring to the next. That doesn't bother Falcons, of course, who once again find themselves in a good spot, a little bit of cover to the left and the right. I mean, you know, I guess this is similar to playing down in the trenches over at North Pad in Storm Point. Maybe that's the kind of vibes that Falcons are hoping for.
Ex-Cholos get taken out here too. 8 squads left, and Falcons, uncontested, are just looking at the 4 squads in that choke. Crazy Raccoon, GK rather, are right now in trouble with Falcons coming up behind them.
Oh, this is ridiculous in terms of KP potential here for Falcons. CR and GK are just locked into it, looking at each other. They have to worry about the team that is right next to them. They can't even give any mind to Falcons. Meanwhile, they really can just hold the buttons down. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the tweet from Hal not too long ago saying, you know, give me the devotion, see what I can do with this gun. And that was when he was the only one left alive on the team, I think, Vicky. And now he's got his team members with him. Are we about to get another Falcons win?
What? A 3-timer right now? Like, I guess 3 times a charm for real for Team Falcon. That would be crazy, but Ninjas in Pajamas looking to show up. We were highlighting them earlier when we dove into this game that they really need to put points on the board now. We've reached that middle point, and they're outside the circle with Luminosity neighboring them. They could be one of the teams who could try to sneak up right behind Team Falcons, but Falcons just look absolutely unstoppable. They are on a momentum tear, but going into this next circle, there's 2 teams that have circle advantage, and that's Gaming Gladiators and Guild Esports.
4 squads left alive now. Falcons have breached 80 points. They are running away with this in match 6.
LG can't get a break. Guild is also looking at them, and now Team Falcons are looking to fully send it onto Luminosity, trying to send the message, where are you running? Luminosity get eliminated. You hear the crowd, you look at Zero, look at that pop-off. The audience is roaring for Team Falcons, and they are feeling that energy.
So many Falcons fans, you can hear them chanting in the background. They've got 1, they've got 2, they want a 3rd win.
Zero has been playing absolutely out of his mind here too with these calls. Look at how the way he's getting into opposition. But once again, they're in a good spot because they could play off of this natural terrain. Genome, you mentioned the trenches right between them, and there are 2 squads that are going to have to funnel their way. I know you have Guild on the high ground, you have GG on the low ground, but eventually they're going to have to funnel into Falcons' line of sight. Gaming Gladiators understand that. With the pings, you can see Light trying to plan how they're going to rotate here. Ooh, nice Sear Tech. They're actually able to reach them, but it's a trade-off for Sear Tech to Sear Tech here. All the information that Gaming could also take advantage of, but they also have to look at Guild, who will be rotating from the high ground to the right.
Light and Zero, the only 2 players in this final circle with red armor, interestingly. So still quite a lot of purples. That this is the time where you want to start pumping those grenades in. They have to get out of there, or they have to just tank the damage.
I think it's going to be even more interesting that Guild is the only one with the Watson here that could be a big deal as Falcon approach.
Okay, he's got it left in the tank, Vicky. Plenty of clips, plenty of bullets here for Hal to mow down the opposition.
Get ready to zoom here through as Blast having to pop this shield bat circle, closing in right behind their backs. Keep an eye once again on these bang ults.
This little ramp that the Guild can play on is actually massive. I think the other 2 teams are going to have to come out underneath them. I think it's advantage Guild right now.
Ooh, playing off the low ground here. Zero taking a good amount of damage. How having to be careful. They hear the team inside. Motherload just trying to block them out from their entrance though. Sent it out.
He gets so much time to set that up and put it exactly where he wants. As you can see, it's given them a lot of information. They know when the other teams are going to be pushing out. Gaming Gladiators will take the last second, every inch they can get. But now as they push out, they're stunned.
No way.
They can't make it out.
The Bengals slowing them down. This is so free for Team Falcons. But how? The last of the line. Can he clutch it? No. It is Guild in the last sliver of health. He also preemptively popped the Mega just in case. At the very end, Guild. The patience paying off as they came out from the top. Not even the Bengal could slow them down.
Yes, we'll see the next one. Okay, we get on Icholos and onto NIP as well. So it's on the southmost of those lower buildings in the tree POI. And yeah, that means NIP, this is all on them.
It's also really scary playing off the low ground of that building because we know that there's a lip of the hilltop that exits out of the truck that you have on the outskirts of the tree buildings, that any spot on the high ground because it's have free range here as Falcons forcibly climb their way up, get the first knock, make it two, and looking for the last tracker. Look how they wait, the way that they just force their way up on the high ground, taking care of this team, gets another crack on a spot right in front of them. That's Crazy Raccoon. So they looked at Fennel, they're looking Crazy Raccoon, but Reject maybe coming up from right behind him or even low ground here. But how? He is looking in every direction, breaking his neck.
It's insane how quickly he's able to switch his focus from one team to another. Grab kills here, there, the Falcons combining to push their lead even further here. Twisted Minds do finally go out.
The fact that they looked at Reject, then they looked at Fennel, and then they still got the crack on Crazy Raccoon, who backed away, by the way, said, I don't want none of that business, and then still proceeded to hold their ground, are chasing after the solo that is Reject.
Yeah, it's something just about their confidence, right? Because I feel like if you see other teams in that situation, they look, they see another team, they're like, oh gosh, we better calm down, we better, you know, not get sandwiched in between other teams. Falcons have just such ridiculous, unshakable belief in themselves, and why wouldn't you when you're so far ahead of all the other teams right now that they see another team and they're like, hey, there's a KP over there, guys, let's go get it.
Look at the crowd. I love the side-by-side view. And it's what you mentioned, with a team holding first place with 89 points, the gap between themselves. Second place, Team Liquid, holding 66 points at the moment. Why not overextend right here as Makers get eliminated, 16 squads left. And currently, Team Falcons are forcing their way through Tree Side, right on top of GHS. Look at the way that they're playing off these different corners here. With LG safe inside the corner of this circle. They tried to send out some nades earlier, but there was a gen on the other side that now LG could take advantage of. FaZe get eliminated after they were booted out originally. Guild is going to be able to approach from right behind Luminosity, and Team Liquid, the team that we were highlighting before, Falcons end up surviving.
Ninjas in pajamas. 13th place here. We've mentioned that they've got Godspot. They have to convert this to improve their chances. Top 9, remember, that's what the teams need here. Top 9 to make it into the finals.
How is Sweet still alive? That is insane. With a sliver of health after getting that Evo Shield swap, though, keeping them in the game. Look at the knocks here, too. But this is the high ground right here on this hilltop by the truck that I mentioned that provides so much advantage in a circle like this. Because these teams in the building, they were stuck there. Even if you try to move away, you were going to get caught in the line of sight of the squads exiting out of tree. And Luminosity. There you go. Peekaboo, I see you. NIP. Where are you running, Sweet? Only so much you could do. The last member taken out and Luminosity eliminated.
And that's so important because now NIP don't have to worry about anything else. It's just Falcons. They can focus on that. They can plan it around. They've got 17 seconds until the zone starts to close. They can work out what their next move is going to be because, as you mentioned, it's a tough one. They've got that high ground.
You know, Team Falcons have 111 points, by the way. Ninja Pajamas have 30 points. It's just the perspective of the gap that we're seeing. Second place with Liquid have 73 points. And Falcons are looking to take a third win under their belt. But NIP trying to cook up something here with the zip line on the other side.
I mean, the gen's going to work here. NIP, they've switched over to the Watson to try and play this more edge play style, zone play style. It's working here. They got Godspot. They've been able to neutralize that Bang ult coming in towards them. Let's see if the other ultimates will allow them to get the win here. It's going to be tough. Falcons, 2 wins already in the 10 games total we've got here today. But look at that, perfect vision. This means Hal can aim his nades even more accurately with the small amount of cover NIP have left.
Nail in the coffin. Stop, stop. They're already dead. We have to see how they get out of this. Are they gonna just fully send it to zipline? He's cutting them off from the zipline entrance too. Zero trying to get an off angle, willing to take the extra circle damage, so doesn't want to overextend, get called out, and Seer also providing the extra vision.
Look at this, I mean, a few cells left in the backpack. NIP have been bled dry. Can Falcons finish exsanguinating them here?
Look at the way that they're jumping on top of these rocks. King of the hill, Pride Walk. Welcome the Kings, Team Falcons. Take another game, 3 dubs in the books. What a dominating team. Look at Zero, no pop-up necessary here, just all smiles as Hal's like, we got another one. Jen, another day at work. Approach the teams that will make it out is something else, and Falcons now coming up from behind the chaos that we just saw from Luminosity earlier, coming up from Countdown, but Falcons lose out on Jen originally, but Zero with the hip fire, with the hemlock shots, is able to take down Sykes. You talk about the morale that was shown on Sykes' face there too, but they completely just encapsulated on top of him, while Funk, none of my business. He is out of there. He's hasta la vista for real now, going towards Lava Fisher, seeing what he could get done here.
Oh no. Okay, just gets another smoke up in time here to be able to try and get the next res onto Jen Burton.
As we tune into FaZe, looking at Guild, Red Rams on the other side though, getting crack after crack, every knock onto Legacy. Jesco, 5 guns up and literally behind you. Nags gets beamed. He needs to suppress fire, but they were too fixated on the team to their left without looking who was right behind them.
Yeah, Guild and Red Rams all of a sudden being a problem for FaZe, and can Empty get Legacy back up? No! It's a top 4, that's minimum 5 placement points here, but they would have hoped to convert a little more from this overlook zone.
Oh, he still got him.
Oh,
all right, hold on, he still got him though. You know, at least one more.
He gets the fist bump, and you know what, they deserve it, because as we just say that, they do, they make something out of that situation. Anyway, final 3v3. Team Falcons, Twisted Mind, #1 versus #2 right now.
I've seen this before here. Team Falcons looking to finally engage, and Twisted Minds down a member already. Player K working off of the gold knock.
Let's not forget, it was Legends Gaming that ruined things at Overlook at Split 1 playoffs for Falcons in this exact spot. Can they do it again?
History repeats itself, though. It's a trade-off from both sides, with Zero going down. Hal clearing space with the knuckle cluster. Here he slides through. Hal! Can he do it? He is one. He gets one knock. Playing off the knockdown. He has to try to get the reset. Playing incredibly quickly. Look at this. Oh no! The reload. He fails to do it, but even better for your second place team, Twisted Minds, to get the dub with 92 total points.
Yeah, there would have been some nervy moments for them when they saw Crazy Raccoon's name pop up as the winners. #1, though, at the top of the leaderboards is Team Falcons. 140 points from the 10 games.
And from the stage, again, with the winners, we had a lot of Falcons, but you can't have enough Falcons in Apex Legends. You guys dominated. We are done with that. We're gonna miss you for 2 days. Any cool plans here in Riyadh that you guys gonna be doing in between now and the finals?
Definitely just locking in for the next 2 days. Like, gonna be body viewing, watching the games, especially like the LCQ bracket with the 2 teams call. It's gonna be like very, very exciting watching that. Just focus on finals. Job's not done.
Cool. Which of the teams you will be rooting for?
Like basically all the Apex South boys and the Australians, like Mizuchi and Bleed in the other group as well. And then hopefully GK call in the LCQ bracket as well.
That's really cool. Any of the teams that you don't wish to see in the finals?
Not really. I think SSG not calling would be funny, but no ill will towards anyone.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Thank you very much. You guys have nailed it today. Best of luck in the finals. Thank you.